And now, Your Highness, we will discuss the location of your hidden rebel base.
You may fire when ready.
If you only knew the power of the dark side, they would be honored if you would join.
Don't worry, Arthur. We're going.
Fuzzball.
I feel the force.
Force will be with you always.
Welcome back to Blah Wars, guys. It's John here, and for the first time ever, I'm by myself. So Jude isn't available, and it's a very sort of last-minute thing. We were supposed to be recording our Return of the Jedi commentary for you in this session, but sadly Jude's been unable to make it due to work commitments, and there's nothing we can do about that right now. So to make up for the absence of a podcast, we thought we'd try and put something together, and some of you may know that we originally recorded two versions of the New Hope commentary. The first one had some really nice, decent moments in it and a lot of laughs, but we didn't really feel it was entertaining enough to sit through for 2 hours. So we subsequently re-recorded it, and that's the version that got released. So I've dived back into the archives. I found the unreleased version, and I've cut together about 30 minutes of highlights from that commentary, and it's pretty much all stuff that didn't really come up again the second time we watched it, which is interesting, but it's just odd comments here and there. They're quite funny, I think you'll find this entertaining. Again, I know it's not really a proper episode, and I do apologise for that. So this is a kind of little apology for not being able to deliver the Return of the Jedi commentary. We will get around to doing the commentary at some point. We've got holidays and things coming up, so it's going to be quite difficult to schedule that one in. We've got Comic-Con as well. So the Return of the Jedi commentary will be coming at some point, but between now and then, you're probably going to have to settle for a few more of our sort of standard episodes. All right, well, I'm going to let my colleague Jude take over.
But the thing about this that annoys the hell out of me, Darth Vader in Rogue One,
I know what
he sees the ships go, then all of a sudden the ship's being chased, the Tantive 4 is being chased by Vader. Now, what's the time frame in between that, do you reckon?
Well, you'd assume it's like within 15 minutes, wouldn't you, or something like that?
Which will come on to another point shortly in a couple of minutes' time.
Yeah. Here it is then.
So, flying over Tatooine.
This is still such an impressive shot, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. I mean,
there's
cinema,
a really cool spaceship, and then there's this fucking massive...
Imagine being in the cinema in 1977 and seeing that.
Yeah. Any moment now, this door's going to blow open.
What I love about it is so believable. The actors are really in part. They're looking up.
Yeah.
You hear it clanking down.
Looking up at sound they couldn't hear at the time.
But it annoyed me because the ship's still going up, and the Star Destroyer hasn't made those noises yet.
You're such a perfectionist.
Get it right, Lucas.
So this is the door you see in the end of Rogue One, isn't it? Where he slams it shut and goes, launch!
That's right.
Here he comes.
So Stormtroopers coming through now.
Yeah.
You've got
just,
people unnecessarily
everywhere.
diving everywhere.
Yeah. Only Imperial Stormtroopers are so precise.
Yeah, well, that's
bullshit.
Bollocks. This annoys me again. We might as well title this "What Annoys Jude About Star Wars." Right? Look how grubby he is there. He's got his helmet's matte.
Yeah.
Right. In Rogue One, it was well shiny.
Yeah.
He needs to be polishing his helmet a bit more, I reckon.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Vader does have a very matted look in this film.
Yeah. What do you think that's about? Probably
I don't know,
standing
really.
on the edge of space. And
I don't know why they
passing
didn't
a Rogue
shine
One.
him up. Because it was just, everything looked a bit grubby, but they certainly shine him up for every single other film he appears in.
Yeah.
Yeah. Carrie Fisher there, late Carrie Fisher.
No underwear, of course, because there's no
underwear in space. Yeah, quite true. Apart from in Jabba's palace, sadly.
I think it's duct tape that Lucas said she had to pin her boobs
Really?
down with. Yeah.
Oh, right. You'd think they'd give her some sort of boob tube type thing if they had those in the 70s.
Didn't have those in the 70s, unfortunately.
They didn't have bandages.
Didn't have bandages, no.
Okay. Those space buns.
But yeah.
Great.
But so this. He's just watched this ship fly away.
Yeah.
He's chased those plans in Rogue One, and they're blatantly lying to his face. No wonder the guy is annoyed.
Yeah.
No wonder he is pissed off.
Yeah, it's
ripping
going to be
people's
difficult
throats
to
out.
watch this film without the context of Rogue One.
Of course
it
it is. Of course it is. Isn't it based off some sort of Japanese film?
So Star Wars is a kind of retelling of a film called Hidden Fortress by
That's right.
Akira Kurosawa, and there's two characters in that film who are both samurai warriors who are a bit useless. They've kind of escaped from a battle narrowly,
Which is what
and
they're doing now on the pod.
Yeah,
on the
they
pod,
basically
skate pod.
bicker with each other constantly, having arguments all the time, and they're wandering across a desert for ages, shouting at each other and avoiding trouble. And it's basically, the C-3PO and R2 characters.
So they've ripped off that film.
And not only that, but in the wipes as well. Kurosawa does these screen wipes, left to right.
What was that
up
film
and
called?
down.
What was that film called?
The Hidden Fortress.
So A New Hope ripped off The Hidden Fortress, and The Force Awakens ripped off A New Hope. So therefore, we've had 3 Hidden Fortresses films.
We have, yeah. Hidden Fortress plot is quite close.
Yeah. Us.
Look at Vader's helmets, how imperfect it is.
Yeah, well,
Like,
you've
all
got that
scratched
behind you. I
and
mean, it's an
I've got
impressive
the one I've got looks a bit more smoother than that, but that looks really rough. Like it was just like you can see the paint on it, can't you? You can see the brush work.
Yeah. I don't know
What
whether
if word gets
that
out?
takes me into the film more or it takes me out of the film. I'm
not really sure. Vader looks quite shiny there.
He does there.
Yeah.
But it's not gloss. It's not. It's kind of like you say, textured with paint marks.
And this is the only Star Wars film where Vader wears his cloak over his chest plates.
That's
In the
right,
other
yeah.
ones, all of the other ones is
even
top.
Rogue One.
Yeah, even Rogue One, which is weird. Shouldn't be the case.
See, I've read the Kenobi book,
Yeah,
and man,
That's what I mean about-
those Sand people, they get up to all kinds of
they're
nonsense.
called Tusken Raiders, mate. Don't call them something that's racist.
Oh,
Oh, that's racist.
so Leah's just popped up on a hologram
Yeah,
on loop.
this freaked my mum out when she saw this at cinema.
Really?
Yeah, she really spooked her. She didn't like that at all. Don't know why. I don't know why.
Out of everything,
She sort
the
of
hologram.
forgot she'd seen Star Wars, and then she said, I remember seeing something about a woman saying, help me, over and over again, and it spooked me.
How old was your mum?
28 years old. No, I
28 years
don't know how old she would have been when she saw Star Wars.
He wrote Star Wars as the Journal of the Wills, right, Lucas? And he wrote all this lore and
Yeah.
and names.
Well, I mean, the Force
and
was called
Mace
the Bogan
Windu
or
and-
something like that
The
originally,
Bogan, yeah.
and yeah, I mean, Luke Skywalker was like a 68-year-old general, and that character eventually became Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Yeah, and we're tapping into a lot of that now. I think with the new
Yeah.
the new trilogy.
See, I never
Bendu
understood
and
if
all
R2
that.
did that deliberately. Did he trick him into removing the restraining bolt so that he could wander off?
Of course he did.
Right.
He needs to get to Obi-Wan. He's on his mission.
I see.
And
Okay.
he knows Obi-Wan's in the vicinity. Needs to wear.
to find
God
him.
knows what happened to his rocket boosters.
See, this is the problem when you go back and you write backstories and you add all these wonderful devices onto R2
Yeah.
that he has no memory of, or look at him all his life as he looked away at the horizon.
Again,
Yeah,
Galantini impressions.
never.
Maybe we should have like some sort of.
What he doing? Adventure, excitement.
I think we should have a jingle for that. Can we create a jingle? For
Yeah, we can.
Galantini impersonates a Star
I'm not very
Wars.
good at them, really. I'm not. I could do if I got a pint glass, I can do Vader. But
This is the first time we've watched Star Wars together. Think of that.
the first time we watched this film
Yeah.
together, yeah, that's true. That is true. Special. And you're all here with us for it, audience. This
You
is.
are. Hope you're enjoying it. He's a bit emotionally retarded here. I'll level
Who
with you.
is?
Luke. His
Yeah.
aunt and uncle's just been. He's just seen their torched carcasses on the steps, and he's pretty level-headed.
Yeah.
I'll be like, Ben,
But you
can
know
we
what?
go back to your
I
gaff
think
for a
that's
bit,
down
have a
to
cup of
George
tea,
Lucas, because George
sleep?
Lucas, right, in my opinion, he's a fantastic visionary. He's a fantastic filmmaker. He pioneered special effects.
Yeah.
But my God, the guy can't direct actors at all. He just says faster and more intense. That's his only guidance to actors. He doesn't really know how to communicate with them. And that's why he's probably so unhappy with so many aspects of Star Wars.
Yeah.
Because he wants to go back and check, oh, fucking hell, look at that.
That's
So
pretty
loads
bad.
of CGI
It looks like crunched up
kangaroos and
cornflakes.
stuff running around, and a stupid little comedy moment there that isn't even
A
amusing.
couple of pod racers there in the background.
New shot of Mos Eisley's not so bad. That looks really funny. Everything looks like overlapped and strange.
What I love is that they use the same characters, CGI characters, over and over again.
Yeah,
they're not bothering to like make new ones.
No,
But
well, they
Alex
just
Guinness,
film loads of people walking around a soundstage in the outdoors. I hate the way the things walk past the camera like that. Just no need for that at all.
blurred
Utter
around
crap.
the edge. Utter crap.
Yeah.
It's basically, this podcast is two British blokes moaning.
Well, we don't. What the thing is, we don't like people touching these films. These films are our childhood. They have got no right. If they want to mess with these movies, then release them separately. But as it is, you can't get hold of the original 3 Star Wars movies on Blu-ray or DVD. Well, you can actually get them on DVD if you look hard enough, but you can't get them in the original format.
Well,
And that's all I want to see.
A New Hope,
Oh, check this out, by the way. So this is the bit where the guy comes in to report. When Vader's talking to Tarkin, he says his line, and then he continues to point and poke his finger around. It's a mistake. Obviously, Dave Prowse continued talking.
I told you she would never consciously betray the rebellion.
See what I mean?
I've never noticed that before.
Yeah, it's a bit annoying. And now I've pointed that out to you guys. You're never going to be able
man.
to see it the same way.
I think you've ruined this. After you've listened to this podcast, you'll go, oh, I'm never watching Star Wars again. It's too.
Well, we're here to ruin it
inconsistent.
for you. Crusades and all that sort of thing.
Yeah.
That's what I wanted to see in the prequels. But we're going to be doing a podcast about.
Is it Elstree 77, that
beautiful.
film?
That
that
check
film.
out Elstree 77, by the way. 76, I think it's called Elstree 76.
Yeah, it's like the.
It's
the
not
extras.
amazing, but it's basically a documentary about the bit players, people who played stormtroopers, rebel pilots.
Stormtroopers in brackets. There's
Yeah.
a guy that says he's a stormtrooper.
There's a lot of people in there who've basically not done anything ever since, and they've
A lot of
basically been
drugs, by
extras
sounds
and
of it.
things, or they've played Nazis in Raiders of the Lost Ark and things like that. But about 15% of the movie is about making Star Wars, and the rest of it is what these people are up to now. To be honest, fucking bored the shit out of me.
Well,
So,
you dragged me to see it in.
I saw it once and
Leicester
thought it was
Square.
all right, and then I took you, and then when I was in there with them, they were doing a commentary afterwards. And I looked at you and said, "Do you want to stay?" And we're like, "Nope."
Went
We
to
both
Five
left.
Guys and down the burger.
Can't really stand listening to these guys anymore. That noise, does that mean it's escaped? It's gone
Yeah,
for a
it's
little.
gone back because they're going to crush them.
They're
in a
going to
minute.
crush it. It knows what to do.
So
How
it's
the fuck
like-
did that get in there? So I want to know.
Well, it's in there anyway, right?
Was it something that
It
went
is-
in there
it-
as like a little worm and it grew that size from eating the garbage?
Well, it must eat the garbage. That's the point
Yeah,
of it.
No, why would it eat that? It's not. I don't think it got in there on purpose. I mean, it must have got in there by accident.
No, like this thing's been constructed in space. What are you saying? Like, a stormtrooper had worms, took a shit
Yeah,
down
I'm
a duct.
saying that like something contaminated got on board, and that like Alien, basically like Alien.
Absolute.
Look, this
shit.
great big rod.
No, it didn't. It
Oh.
didn't happen.
Come on, they didn't put that in there intentionally.
Yeah, of course they did.
Why would they crush it then? It makes no sense. That thing can slither out of the way of the cogs and stuff.
Well, okay, good point. Okay, why is that thing in there? What is the point of that thing?
That thing is a parasitic organism that lives in there feeding off rubbish. Watch now. Boom. Guy
Boom.
hits his head. Didn't take a
Hit
double take.
Big time.
No, there's a guy on the Elstree 76 documentary who claims he is a stormtrooper that did that.
Again, he's talking nonsense.
I think he is because he got
He got high,
told
basically.
that he got put on
Well, let's not-
Prozac for 26 years with paranoid delusions or. So, I'm
Something
sorry,
like
not
that.
laughing at his misfortune, but it is funny that he also claims to be in Star
We
Wars.
can all make that up. But
Yeah.
I think the thing is to
Oh.
go back to that point about the little swamp worm.
Yeah.
I've never thought about that before.
I just think it was a little kind of like maybe a pet or something like that, or some kind of little.
What, like a little stormtrooper had a pet in the academy
No.
on Coruscant, got drafted to the Death Star and went, "Oh, I'm going to have to let you go now." Flushed it down the toilet, and it's still living in the bowels of the Death Star.
If the people who
eating
make Robot
rub-
Chicken are watching this, definitely turn that into a sketch.
Please do, because
'Cause,
there's things
yeah.
that need to be explored.
Maybe it's on Wikipedia. We'll find out after the film.
Yeah. I mean, there's always
This
an
was
answer
always
for
really
something.
exciting as a child, the bit where they're getting squashed. And if you bought the Death Star playset, which I would never ever had, sadly, because it was, a 1970s piece and it's huge, it came with a garbage crusher device where you could turn this screw and the walls would squash in. And it's full of all bits of foam and stuff as well.
Oh, really? And a
Yeah.
little worm.
Yeah,
Used to have
it
a
had the worm.
in
It had
from
the
the
worm
garden.
thing. Had the worm in there as
Oh,
well. But it's just a solid like one piece green.
He's good, Mark Hamill. I'll give him that.
Mark Hamill.
Yeah.
Yeah. I thought you said Mark Allen. I was like, who
Mark
the fuck
Allen.
are you talking about?
Mark Allen.
I've never
He's the
met
guy
him,
that
mate.
plays the worm. Good old Mark Allen. I love a bit of Mark Allen. He reprises his role as a space slug in the Empire.
Where you going, Red 5? That's
That's
the guy,
that
isn't
geezer,
it?
yeah.
I sounded like James Stewart. I was flying my X-wing around the sky, blowing up the Death Star. You know what I'm talking about?
No, you just look mental. You just look James Stewart.
Jimmy Stewart from It's a Wonderful Life.
Okay, well, my pop culture references
Now,
there
see
failed
here, I
completely.
can't fire a torpedo now. That exhaust pod is only 2 damn meters wide. God damn it, I can't do that. I'm not a miracle worker. Now, see here, you might be some kind of Jedi or something and use the Force.
I wish you guys could see this shit.
I haven't got your money, Jabba the Hutt. It's in Bell's house. And yeah.
I'm slightly scared and confused, I'll be honest, mate.
Oh, yes, never mind. Look him up. Jimmy Stewart.
Jimmy
James
Stewart.
Yeah. Oh, mate, I just want to play Battlefront now.
Should we turn it off and we can
Turn it off.
commentate?
We're
I can
gonna finish
commentate
the-
you playing Battlefront.
God, it's so good.
He dies, doesn't he? That one. They all die, don't they?
Yeah, they all do apart from Wedge.
Wedge, he just chickens out right at the
And
end.
then he gets hit, doesn't he, or something? He has to escape. How are you going to the go alive? Bobbing up and down. It is a bit
Table.
disappointing in Rogue One that these guys are reading their lines. They're not reading their lines. They're just saying it with conviction. Do you know what I mean?
Here?
They sound like they're really fighting.
But in Rogue One,
In
they
one
were
Rogue One, it does sound like they're reading off cards. A lot of them, they feel a bit flat. How much more is that thing going to take? That kind of stuff. These guys are really good. And they were given a little calculator or something, weren't they, to play with? Like an electronic video game? And they said, just play with that, touch the buttons, and pretend that's the computer. Just give them something to work
World-renowned.
about and think about. So as they're actually reading their lines, they're trying to touch things and solve problems. It's just, that's good. That was
Yeah.
really good. And you know what? That wasn't directed by George Lucas. It was directed by another second unit person.
Oh, that's good.
So some of the best direction in the film wasn't even to do with George Lucas. I'd just do a loop-the-loop and go straight back down.
Yeah.
I wouldn't fuck around, you know? We're going to go and get some curry now.
Yeah, we need some curry. I need some curry. I've got a dry mouth. I think next time, lessons for next time, take some water.
Yeah.
Because I'm sure my mic's going to be picking this up. A lot of mouth clapping. I'm sure you're loving that. If you're into ASMR, you're
Yeah.
probably tingling all over the shop.
Let's do it together. Right.
Yeah. If you're a pervert, you're probably loving
Yeah.
that. I'll be honest.
Well, someone just came.
That's being cut.
And as it happens, the entire episode was cut. So I hope you enjoyed that little collection of highlights from our original unreleased version of A New Hope commentary. Thanks very much for listening to this episode. I know it's not been a standard one, but cheers for bearing with us. We'll be back next week with a traditional episode with both of us around, and we've got some really exciting stuff coming up. We will get back on track and try and get that Return of the Jedi commentary delivered to you soon. Until then, may the Force be with you guys.